Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vitvishavahai Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Welcome to Sundays with Arun in a new format. I have Nihit with me, and he's going to introduce today's Sundays with Arun.
So welcome again, everyone. I'm Nihid, as Sir said. So winters can be beautiful, but sometimes winters can be heavy as well. Some of us feel sad. We go through those emotional waves and winter blues. I mean, I for one go through that, and I'm sure that many of our viewers must be feeling the same. So today I'm here with Arun sir to discuss the same topic and just get some yogic wisdom and, of course, lived experiences.
Welcome to everybody. I hope you can sit back for some time and listen to the conversation, and I hope you will find this useful. So go ahead, Nihit.
Sure, sir. So, sir, let's start with the basic thing only. Why do you think that winters are such? Like, why it affects us so much, our mood so deeply, both physically and mentally?
So the answer is obvious. The days are short and the nights are longer. The sun is the primary source of energy on the planet, and a lack of exposure to the sun, and even in general, the amount of sunlight, even if we are not exposed to the sun that much, we are indoors a lot, just the fact that daylight is less itself plays a role in our physical, mental, and emotional well being and health. So the days are shorter, the nights are longer, and it slowly accumulates. So, especially in North India and, of course, the northern side of the equator, during this time, which is, let's say, between October and February, the amount of sunlight available is less than the rest of the year. And because of that, we go through a natural process of slowing down. And if you think about, let's say, many of the animals, they hibernate during the winter.
Yeah.
They go through a physical process of hibernation, which means that they spend maybe up to 4 or 5 months um, just not doing anything at all, which is a period of rest, recuperation, and preparation for spring and summer. That's what some animals do. With human beings, since we don't have that kind of a time when we switch off, we are up and about 12 months of the year, 24 hours of the day. We do get affected um, in our daily activities. If we have an awareness of the idea that the days are shorter and the nights are longer, and we follow what is called the circadian rhythm, and human beings are the creatures of the sun rather than creatures of darkness, then we will automatically be able to adjust our daily life to the change of this pattern of day and night, which is very much on us in this season.
So, so while we are on that topic, we are talking about emotional waves, sadness. So, if I take the term emotional waves uh, from a yogic perspective, what are these emotional waves, or what is the yogic philosophy talk about this?
Well, we're going through mood swings and ups and downs all the time. Um, the the human perspective, the human uh, ideology is such that it is possible for us to become an observer of the ups and downs. It's not only in winter, but many times during the day and many times during the week. We go through periods of high and periods of low. We uh, feel great a lot of the times, and we don't feel that good. This happens to us physically, but it also happens to us a lot emotionally. There's nothing specific like that about winter or summer, or this season, for example. But yes, it is, we are more prone to maybe sadness, um, feelings of gloom, heaviness, sluggishness. We call it tamas um, in the practice of yoga. Tamas is more predominant at this time in this season. Um, so one of the things that yoga teaches us or gives us an ability is to raise our awareness, raise our consciousness,
Yeah.
to know that there are certain things that are affecting us, and it is not, for example, personal.
Yeah.
We might, as human beings, always be under this impression that there is something wrong with me. But when we talk to a few people or when we are in the company of other people, we'll start to realize that many of us, in fact, the majority of us, seem to be going through what I am personally going through, which is uh, low levels of mood, for example. Now, this awareness helps us to understand that it is not a personal phenomenon, and we can do something about it or do nothing about it.
Yeah.
If we are unconscious, then we can take it personally, and most of us do. We actually imagine that the burdens of our life is making us feel unhappy or sad. On the other hand, we may not even realize why we are sad or unhappy. For example, we've spoken about the idea that the circadian rhythm governs our system.
Yeah.
And if we are aware that as winter dawns, we will go through a certain kind of dip in our mood because of the energy that comes from the sun is now lower than it was before. So when you speak about swings of mood, if we become conscious of it, then we can do something about it. If you are aware that there is a mood swing, we can do something about it. For me, evenings are very different from mornings.
Yeah.
Earlier, I was not a morning person, but over many years of being a yoga teacher and a practitioner, I have now become more of a morning person than an evening person. And I can promise you, I can tell you honestly, I can frankly tell you that I'm in a better mood when the sun is coming up rather than when the sun is going down. The evening time for me, whether it's winter or summer, is a lower period than the morning time. And since I know about this, then I do something about it so that my mood doesn't dip to a level where I am so unhappy that I become paralyzed.
Yeah.
Or I do the wrong things. What are the wrong things? Maybe eat a lot, maybe drink a lot, maybe just spend time watching Netflix, whatever to uplift my mood, which is very low. I can do all kinds of things to, uh, if I'm not conscious, try to feel better. And since I have been aware of this for a long time, I try to be very careful as the sun dips. Try to be engaged in certain kinds of activities and also certain kind of thought processes, which then don't take me into that zone of tamas. I'm at least in the zone of rajas, if not in the zone of sattva. A long day always drains our energy. It takes energy away from us because we are engaged in karmic life. We are doing things, and therefore, expending of the energy combined with the fact that it's the end of the day and the sun is setting,
Yeah.
will make your mood lower than it was in the morning time when the sun was coming up. Um, so it's not just the winter, but yes, consciousness, awareness, knowing that we're not machines,
Yeah.
knowing that we have our energy cycles going on all the time.
Yes.
When we eat, our energy comes up. When we drink something nice, our energy comes up. When we sit with somebody who is energetic, our energy comes up. When we do happy activities, our energy comes up. Similarly, when we do things which are a struggle for us, for example, let's say I'm trying to solve a mathematical equation, I'm not good in maths. In 1 hour's time, I can drain my 24 hours of energy. And I will go through a period of gloom because I'm not able to crack that equation. And there are 100 reasons like that during the day for our energy to dip. So if you think about it, if we are conscious, then we can avoid things that make us sad. We can engage in things which make us cheerful and happy. For example, having a warm soup, if that is something that you can do during a winter evening, will certainly bring your mood up. But on the other hand, if you're engaged in some activity that is draining your energy, maybe you have a deadline and it's Friday evening, and on Monday morning you have to present something to your colleagues or your boss, and the whole weekend lies ahead of you, and on Friday evening you're sitting alone and trying to type something on the computer, it can be very draining. So between the two activities, then as a person who's conscious of your own energy levels, maybe you should choose the soup and work on your presentation and project maybe early in the morning the next day.
Yes.
Where your energy levels have come up. So between the two, you have a choice as a human being. And that is what yoga teaches us, that you have a choice many times, not all the time, but many times, to choose something that will make your mood better, or at least keep your mood at a certain level that otherwise is not possible. If you're behaving unconsciously, if you are behaving reactively all the time, then you don't end up choosing sattva over rajas or tamas.
Yeah.
That is how yoga teaches us to make that choice so that your mood is elevated. There is also in the 5 points of yoga in the Shivananda system one about positive thinking and meditation.
Yes.
And this part, the positive thinking, is very vital to human life. One of the 5 points is positive thinking and meditation. Now, positive thinking is critical to human life as different from, let's say, animal life. Animals don't have that level of consciousness to have a judgment about good, bad, and ugly. They have an instinctive, reactive way of living. Human beings have a slightly higher level of consciousness where we can choose how we think, what kind of thoughts will give us a better frame of mind and a better life. So positive thinking is one of the ways in which we can always combat the onset.
Yeah.
What is going to come? You know that something is coming. According to your past, you already know your behavior, your own personality, what we call your own prakriti, that something is coming.
Yeah.
You can very quickly modulate your thinking to prevent what is going to come. This is in our hands. This is the ability we have, that we can always have a positive approach to what is coming. Yes, Neil.
Yes, sir. So we talked about, sir, awareness. One question that I want to ask, that once we are aware, as you said, that you should be aware and that positive thinking should be there. So once we are aware, then should we always fight with these negative emotions? So should be that combat nature within us, that we should fight these negative emotions, or sometimes embrace them as well?
Yoga teaches us acceptance and also warriorship.
Yeah.
It depends upon a particular kind of situation and your own approach to that. Um, Having a one kind of approach for a yogi is not really the way.
Mhm.
Yogi can have 100 different kinds of ways in which he approaches a situation, a predicament,
Yeah.
a difficulty. So the question is, should I be at war? If it is a personal war,
Mhm.
then yes, you should think about it. And as a discipline, you
Mhm.
should put some yoga practice in place so
Yeah.
that you're fighting a war which is two-sided.
Mhm.
Yoga is very nice, you know, the asana practice, the pranayama practice, the meditation practice sidesteps the perceived problem.
Mhm.
Our perceptions, most of the time, is the problem.
Yeah.
The problem itself is not.
Mhm.
So when you practice yoga, you begin to have a perspective about the problem which you didn't have before. So
Mhm.
maybe you don't need to go head on with that problem anymore once the definition is there, which is different from the one that you had maybe before the practice of asana and pranayama.
Mhm.
In which case, being a warrior is not necessary.
Yeah.
But that is not so in the case of some very difficult things in our life. For example, let's say trauma,
Mhm.
let's say death,
Mhm.
which is personally affecting you. Like when my mother passed away, um, there is an end to a life,
Yeah.
and that cannot be denied.
Mhm.
Within that, there are any kinds of moods and emotions that come up either in the evenings or this slow winter time when the nights are much longer. You have a lot to think about on your own. Um, Thoughts about my mother would keep coming up because that is something terminal now. There is no more possibility of her being with me or me being with her. It's physically she is no more. So then I have to be a warrior. I
Mhm.
have to be um, a yogi with some level of uh, grounding.
Yeah.
I need to have an inner strength to cope with the grief,
Mhm.
um, with the sadness that comes with the passing of a dear one. On the other hand, I can always have the perspective
Yeah.
that the time that we spent together and the kind of life that she had and um, the positive aspects of her life and mine, we can always be happy about. We can engage in that. We can celebrate that.
Mhm.
So, like I said a little while ago, what is coming is the remembrance of somebody who's no more, who's somebody very dear to me. The grief is acceptable, and we have to have the acceptance of it,
Yeah.
that there is a passing of someone. But on the other hand, I can now have this perspective that life is bad. Uh, why did she have to leave?
Mhm.
What happens now next? This kind of confusion, uncertainty, um, noise, as I call it.
Mhm.
When we practice yoga, we are able to remove that confusion and uncertainty and noise. There is clarity
Yeah.
and there is gratitude
Yes.
and there is a development of a positive view
Mhm.
of life and of death also. And that is in each one of us. We can always have the warriorship and we can always have acceptance, both at the same time.
So as you shared your personal experience as well, that there are days that you also feel low during winters. Uh, Two terms that you mentioned, I would like to go back to them. One is strength. So I would like to ask you that what drives strength in you? Like it's a personal question that what helped you?
I think it's um, a difficult question to answer in a few words. But having a context, having a larger idea of human life is very important. When we look at life as the first traffic light that you see, you can miss the point of the long drive. Human life is like a marathon rather than a sprint.
Strength, yes.
There are many small battles every day, there are larger battles through the month, and there is the war called life. That's what our scriptures talk about, the battle of life, and the war that we're facing contextually. So life is difficult, and only when we are in adult life, when we leave the safety net, the umbrella of our parents looking after us, do we begin to see the impact of life on a daily basis on us. And this is where our foundations, our tradition, our family life, our cultural education, the practice of any spiritual activity, whether it is yoga, meditation, prayer, satsang, all of this becomes part of your ability to cope with life. And that ability is what you're asking, the strength you're asking me. My own personal understanding of this is that we must know that life is not a T20 game. Life is not a 50 over game. It's like a 5-day test match. You have to go through testing periods. There are glorious periods as well. And life is not only about struggle and suffering. And we must remember that. We must know that there is a Monday coming, there's a Sunday coming. If we just keep our sight on, okay, I'm feeling gloomy tonight, and this is who I am, we can lose sight of the fact that we are very strong. We can lose sight of the fact that life is good, or life is generally good. There are very, very bad times. There's no denial of that. But the strength comes from having a context, having a larger understanding of life. That is what Vedanta is about. That is what yoga is about. Yoga is like a foster mother who gives you an idea that our planet and this life is a place where we work out our karmic debts. And the larger game is to go through life unaffected by the ups and downs. So that is where the strength is. The strength is in understanding. The strength is not, my triceps or my biceps or
physical strength.
Even mental. I mean, it's not willpower. I believe that breaking down and crying and being upset and being in grief is a sign of strength. You're able to accept your own humanness, your own softness, your own inability to cope with certain things. That is natural. The more natural you are, the stronger you are. You look at small children, small babies, how strong they are. If you hold a baby's hand, the baby will hold you such grip. The baby hasn't gone to a gym, hasn't been doing any, Surya Namaskar and some push-up position. The baby has such a strong grip. And that comes from being natural. And yoga teaches us like that, to be your own natural self. If you can laugh, then you can cry. If you can celebrate, then you can be in grief as well. And that is what, for me, strength is.
So before we move ahead with our next question, I would also like to include our viewers here. Please, you can add your questions or comments or observations in the comment section, live comment section, and we'll just ask. Yes. So, sir, as you mentioned strength, the other term was perception. So do you think that strength and perception are connected?
Yeah, of course, this understanding came to me um, very early on in my yoga life. I started my yoga practice because I had severe back pain. And in 3 or 4 months' time, my back pain kind of dissolved and it went away as if I never had it. The physical reality of it was that I must have some damage in my spine. Physical reality was that my muscles were weak and so on. This is an interpretation, a perspective that, let's say, modern medicine had or has. But I was 29 years old at that time. This is 35 years ago.
Yeah.
How come my back is not hurting today? Because if there's a physical damage, then I should be more damaged 30 years later. Don't you think so? That, the body deteriorating, isn't it? There is no way in which you can fix it because the body is not, it's like anything that breaks down, it breaks down. Back wasn't okay. But that was only one perspective. Most of us consider things that happen as the truth. I find it fascinating as a yoga teacher to share perspectives with my students, and this helps to give my students an experience of freedom, an experience of liberation. Because if you approach anything as the truth and nothing but the truth, then there is no option but to go down the direction that you're going in. But if you have a perspective rather than approach life as a truth, then there is a possibility. Now, it's very difficult to change perspective. It is so when it comes to religion, it is so when it comes to our daily habits, it is so when it comes to our health. We always think that this is the truth, this is the way, and there is no other way. This is the only way. And surprisingly, this is our pattern that we have inherited from our genetic code that comes from animals of living in a certain pattern, and that pattern becomes our truth. The habit becomes the truth. The daily stuff that we believe in becomes not just a belief, but it becomes us.
Yes.
Yoga gave me an idea, starting with the fact that my back pain went away without any medical intervention. And I've seen this happen with thousands of my students afterwards, that things that could not be treated have become better. And people have had remission from many kinds of illnesses that they had no treatment for by just changing a perspective. One of the perspectives, for example, that has changed over the last 40 years in modern medicine is the idea that the mind plays a role in our physical health. Our psychology leads our biology, or our physiology. This perspective hasn't been there in modern science, which believe that our biology is our biology and our internal organs function according to a certain physical law. But more and more, what has been understood by yoga and Ayurveda for thousands of years, that psychology leads physiology, is now coming to the fore in modern medicine. That, for example, your immunity is not just about a certain kind of biology that you have due to which your immunity breaks down, but it is also because of how your mind is behaving and your behavior and your nature, which we call emotions and thoughts, is leading to a breakdown of physiology, breakdown of immunity. So if you have low immunity, now there is a perspective that maybe it is not just the biology, but it's also the mind. Now, this perspective has existed with yoga for thousands of years. as a yoga teacher, I bring this understanding that how you're thinking and how you're feeling will have an impact on your biology. Be careful. Think differently, and your biology will respond. So this is the perspective. It's not the truth. It is one way of looking at the same biology.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to understand. Is that how can my back, where there is a spinal displacement, come back into place? We are not saying that. We are just saying that the truth of the matter is that it's not the spine that is the problem. It may be the way we are looking at the spine that is a problem. The perspective matters a lot, and that's how I got to my realizations that there are any number of ways of looking at the same problem.
Yeah.
And yoga gave me that chance.
So we have a question.
Yes.
Saibal, I guess I'm pronouncing it right.
Yes.
So he's asking that you spoke about being natural.
Yes.
So is it okay to lose one's temper and get angry frequently?
It's a tricky question, isn't it? Yeah. When I talk to my students, students are very mischievous. They ask all kinds of questions to get me into trouble. There is a code of behavior that human beings have accepted and agreed on.
Yeah.
So my view is that we have certain emotions and we need to respect them by becoming aware of them. So sadness is an emotion. We must respect it. Anger is an emotion. We must accept it. Being upset is an emotion. We must accept it. Being happy is an emotion. We must accept that too. If we can be happy, we can be angry too. The only difference between the two is that laughing and being happy is acceptable in a social setup. Human beings have a certain kind of social networking. Being angry is not. So when I practice 6 rounds of Surya Namaskar, when I practice my 12 asanas, when I practice Kapalabhati and Anuloma Viloma, the anger that is there is expressed, but it is expressed and channelized through my practice of asana and pranayama. Respecting anger is very important, and having the understanding that yes, you have anger and expressing it is very important. But you cannot express it as a human being in the middle of a social situation. That's the difference. So I'm not saying break down and cry in front of everybody. I'm not saying get angry with people. But I am saying that anger is good. That's how human beings are. That's how we are natural. That's how who we are supposed to be. You get angry. But human beings have developed highly refined methods of handling that anger in the most refined of manner. So it could be self-study, introspection, reading the scriptures, sitting with wise people, sitting in satsang with 100 other people who are also expressing the same thing. I get angry. So then you start saying, oh my God, it's not just me, it's everybody who gets angry. I beat somebody up. Oh my God, okay, he beat somebody up. I didn't do that. At least my anger is only of this kind that, I'm not beating somebody. So when you ask that question, there is a negative connotation to the anger, for sure. But I believe that it's good to know that there are this kind of seething emotions. And as you practice yoga over a period of time, one, the upheavals will become less. And second, you will have a channel to bring that emotion up and then let it go, as we call in modern science catharsis. So being natural is that you know how to use that emotion for your best benefit. Yeah. And my people should not get my head, but Shiva, as we know, is the father of yoga, or connoted as the father of yoga. He also has the angry form, Rudra. We do. He's shown us doing the Tandav,
Mm.
the angry dance. It's a symbolic way of my understanding that we do have the Rudra and the Kali in us,
Mm.
and we can accept it, and we can use that for greater benefit, our own benefit and the benefit of the people around us.
Yeah. So I have one more question, sir.
Yes.
Uh, Apart from the sad emotions or the emotional waves that we are talking about in this talk, there's one more challenge that many of us face during winters. That is, our discipline starts to dangle. I, for one, face that difficulty a lot these days. So, how should we tackle that? Or how yoga teaches us to tackle that?
Patanjali starts with this very tough line. He says, Atha Yoga Anushasana.
Mm.
He really expresses yoga as the building of that discipline that gives us relief from the trammels of daily life. You see, the thing is that in my view, as a yoga teacher and a practitioner, discipline is not a tough word.
Mm.
It's more like an acceptance of our nature and knowing how we can self-immolate.
Yeah.
Like, you know, from Harakiri every now and then. And be watchful of that, be observant of that. My view to my students I share is that if 20 days in a month or 25 days in a month, you can walk the path.
Yeah.
Maybe even 20 days in a month, it should be all right. But by feeling guilty or trying to give up, that is really not a good idea.
Mm.
I mentioned positive thinking. There are many things going well for us at all times. We have to focus on what is going well for us. I tell my senior teachers that the preparation is for the winter. The preparation is for that one battle that you're going to lose.
Mm-hmm.
When the time is good, make the best of it.
Yes.
Which means that, let's say the summer is there, the long days are there, build the discipline so that in winter you don't ask this question.
Okay.
That in time of challenge,
Yes.
you don't fail.
Yeah.
At the time when the enemy has come, what is the enemy? Lethargy, laziness, indolence, tamas. Then you tell the tamas, okay, I've done enough work over the last 8 months.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to be friendly with you. Why not? So if you have that happy attitude, then more often than not, you will end up doing small things which help you. For example, dressing up well in good warm clothes and going for a walk really cheers you up. Anytime during the day in winter, and especially so in the evenings after dinner, it's a great activity to be engaged in.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is that it's not a difficult activity.
Yes.
And more often than not, you can conquer that laziness just by doing this 4 or 5 times in a week. If you have a buddy, and that is what satsang is all about, that if you have people who have the same kind of temperament, then you can just message or call each other and make sure the person and you go for a walk wherever you guys are.
Yeah.
It's a simple thing to do to keep yourself on track. I mentioned dressing up. This is also part of winter activity. All of us know that if we get ready in the morning and get dressed, that itself cheers us up. It's a small activity. It's not a big deal. It's not yoga.
Yeah.
It is part of yoga. Looking after yourself and hygiene and all that is part of our daily yoga activities, part of yama and niyama. But if you just get up and just get ready, get dressed, have a bath, you immediately lift your mood.
Yes.
So there are very small things that you can always be part of. You don't need to be doing 2 hours of yoga, meditation, satsang. Maybe challenging in the winter, like you said. Maybe your tamas is very high. So the simple thing would be to move from tamas to rajas.
Mm.
Sattva can take care of itself.
Okay.
But in winter, uh, just getting the blood circulation going, which is rajas,
Mm.
can itself be very liberating.
Yes.
Just things, blood circulation, blood
Mm.
circulation. What we get used, moving. That's all.
Mm.
Just take the stairs instead of the lift.
Yeah.
That itself, by the time you get to the third or fourth floor,
Mm.
you'll feel very good about yourself.
Mhm.
You'll feel very good about life in general.
Yeah.
Some very simple activities of you being aware
Mhm.
that here is a mood enhancer
Yeah.
during winter. Small things. You don't have to really be a yogi for that,
Mm.
but you can do yogic things.
Yes.
Even having, like I said, warm soup,
Mm.
which is something you can look forward to,
Yeah.
or a snack which is sattvic, not tamasic, can help you a lot.
Sure.
Or maybe you can indulge as well.
Yeah. So we were talking about yama and niyama as well. So I would like to extend the idea as well of our 8 limbs theory. Sorry. So which simple asanas or say pranayama that you suggest that we can do in our daily lives to avoid such kind of phases in winter?
On the YouTube channel, this
Mm.
is the time when I can upsell, side sell, sell the channel. We have lots of assets.
Yeah.
We have a 30-minute video, we have a 40-minute video,
Yeah.
we have a 1 hour video, we have 90 minutes, 2 hours. Now it's a luxury. COVID has given us this gift of the YouTube channel
Mhm.
or sort of the internet. There's so many resources that you can use. My recommendation is the minimum thing that you should do is Kapalabhati and Anuloma Viloma. So you should do maybe 15 minutes of pranayama and some Surya Namaskar.
Mhm.
I mean, that is if you're serious about uplifting your mood and keeping yourself above
Yeah.
sea levels. That's the minimum that you should do. If you're somebody who gets caught by this flu,
Yeah.
then the minimum you should do is some Kapalabhati, some Anuloma Viloma, and some Surya Namaskar. We have a video for that.
Mhm.
All you have to do is press the play button and we can do that. Similarly, if you're somebody who likes Rajas, then do 15 rounds of Surya Namaskar or 21 rounds of Surya Namaskar. It will take you half an hour.
Yeah.
It's not much in a 24-hour day.
Mm.
We have a video for that as well.
Mhm.
So mostly you don't have to think.
Yeah.
You can just browse the channel. We'll put up a video soon of how to use the channel more effectively. You can just download or maybe just use
Mhm.
one of your simple go-to videos. You don't have to then think. We also have playlists. For example, we have a 30 minutes pranayama series, 10 classes, let's say. You do class number 1 today, class number 2 tomorrow, and go through the whole cycle in 10 days. Then
Yeah.
come back to class number 1. You don't have to think. You just press the play button every day at the same time.
Yes.
Let's say it's at 7 in the morning
Mhm.
or 7:30 in the evening. Back home from work, just press the play button. Don't think too much about it. Sit on your bed and practice the pranayama. You're done.
Yeah.
You're done 30 minutes of your practice. You'll feel wonderful.
Mhm.
Every day you do it, your immunity will come up, your energy will come up, your hunger will come up. You won't feel that cold. All the good things. So we don't have to do too much. Some small things. All of the resources are available. If you like meditation, for example, if you want to calm yourself down in a certain way,
Mhm.
then we have a meditation series on the channel,
Mm.
and we also have some small assets which are like pranayama and meditation, for example.
Yes.
Those are also very good.
Mhm.
But if you want to practice without the channel, also you can go ahead and do that. But the same basic principles apply. Do some breathing practices,
Mhm.
a little bit of shavasana, maybe some Surya Namaskar.
Yeah.
Which are the other asanas that you can do? Swami Shivananda says Sarvangasana, Paschimottanasana, and Shavasana.
Okay. Mhm.
That's his cycle. But that was a long time ago, the 1930s, 40s, and 50s. Maybe we can practice a little more. I'm sure we
Yes.
can afford to do a little more than that.
Mhm.
Walking is very good meditation. And while it's not an asana practice, I find it very meditative.
Mhm.
Yeah, as long as you don't take a device with you, you don't take a phone,
Mhm.
you can have a wonderful meditative routine, just walking meditation, silent walk.
So So beyond asana, pranayama, or say yogic activities or yogic philosophy, what do you suggest, or any other idea?
Yeah, one very important part of my coaching people in modern times is that we must seek out good company, good environment
Yeah.
for us to feel well.
Mhm.
If you live in a noisy neighborhood, if your home is very busy, for example, or you have a lot of negativity around you,
Yes.
you can never be peaceful. You cannot feel okay in this very uh, winter kind of time.
Mhm.
So I always ask people to seek out places where you can be, where there is good cheer, uh, good company. Even if you have a few friends whom you can interact with, good colleagues. Um, in yoga, we call it satsang. Um, and in our yoga retreats and our teacher training courses, the residential programs, I find people's lives change because there is a kind of company that supports you and takes care of you and nurtures you.
Yes.
So you must seek that out in daily life.
Mhm.
I tell many people who are going through sadness or through gloom to go to a mall,
Mhm.
to go to the marketplace, to just be in the company of uh, some hustle and bustle which is supportive and nurturing. Don't mean a really bad neighborhood, then that becomes again a negative thing. But just going to, let's say, a well lit mall can elevate your mood. What is it called? Uh, Retail therapy.
Yes.
So I don't mean buy things. I'm
Mhm.
just saying that being in that kind of an environment
Mhm.
can help you calm down, make you feel better,
Mhm.
make you feel more in control. So that's why people take long drives. They go out, take a break, go somewhere where, of course, there are less people, but there is a company of nature. Being in nature, being in sunlight, if you can find it, this is also a very good thing to do.
Mhm.
Some simple activities like gardening, singing, being engaged in a certain kind of hobby that you like can be very nurturing and elevating.
Yeah.
I think you have to have that awareness and that attitude
Mhm.
to understand that you need some input. You
Yes.
need to get something going.
Mhm.
So it doesn't necessarily need to be Shirshasana or
Mhm.
Agnisar Kriya and so on.
Yeah.
You can have a daily routine which looks at positive things.
Yes.
Even just going to a mall
Mhm.
and being yogic.
Yeah. I
Is there any
have
other question from the audience?
I have one more question, but yes, I would like to mention that again, that if anyone in the audience, the viewers want to ask us anything or just observations or comments, they can share with us in the live chat. Uh, I have one more question,
Yes.
sir. So, during this talk, we have talked about doing simple things. For example, just going to the YouTube channel and just clicking the YouTube video. We say that it's simple. You just have to do that. But what I have heard when I talk to people, that doing that simple thing only takes a lot of resistance. So where to start? I mean, I guess you can get the question what
Yes.
I'm trying to ask.
Yes.
So that initial resistance, how to deal with that?
So this is where our Gurukula system uh, really is a winner
Yeah.
because we believe through the ages, through the legacies that have been shared, that doing something alone is very difficult.
Yeah.
And this training has to come from childhood.
Mhm.
And the modern education system override this understanding of human prakriti, human behavior. So that spark, that that little bit where uh, you have to get going is
Yes.
difficult.
Mhm.
It's in fact the most difficult thing.
Mhm.
Um, when I was younger, getting up in the morning was difficult.
Mhm.
But when I took on more responsibility, then getting up in the morning became routine.
Yes.
I took on a challenge which then made me make sure that I have to get up.
Mm.
Parenting is like that. When you have small children, then it's inevitable that you put aside your own laziness and you look after your children.
Yeah.
And getting to that point where mm, you can do things on your own is really one of the biggest challenges of human life.
Yes.
And for that, you need mentoring, you need coaching, you need a teacher, you need a guru, you need a guide. You can call it by any word,
Mhm.
but somebody who has gone before you,
Yes.
this is my view, is the easiest way to get you going in the first place.
Yes.
The spark,
Mhm.
that initial trigger,
Mhm.
it comes from somebody who's been on the path before and understands the laziness, the tanas in you.
Yeah.
That's the easiest way to get yourself going. So if you get attached to a mentor, or
Mhm.
you have a mentoring process, or you think about being in the company of champions, being in the company of people who have gone the path before,
Yeah.
then it becomes easier.
Mm.
Then all you need to do is be willing to get mentored.
Yes.
And every time you rub your, well, every time you get confronted by the mentor,
Mhm.
little by little that tamas is shaved away.
Mhm.
There will come a time one day when you'll surprise yourself
Yes.
that you're self-motivated. And that
Mhm.
self-motivation came from the constant conflict that you had with your mentor
Mm.
and the ego that you rubbed off. And finally, you are now someone who doesn't need to be told,
Yeah.
hey, get up in the morning.
Yeah.
Hey, do your yoga. Hey, put all your clothes in the wardrobe. Hey, go to the meeting on time.
Yeah.
This, it will happen automatically because you got entered and you were in the company of the right people. So
Mhm.
company matters, and I think mentoring matters a lot. And this is part of the Gurukula system. The environment really makes the person you are. Um, in some ways, I always equate the armed forces
Mhm.
to the practice of yoga. Both are very much um, an environment of warriorship. Of course, the difference is that you're fighting real battles out there as a soldier. But here, the war is within. Like you ask the question, how do I battle with myself at that time when just pressing the button is so difficult?
Yeah.
So that war, uh, that being a soldier of your own against your own tamas, you can learn by being mentored.
Mm.
I think
We-
we should come to.
Yeah, we have a question from our
Yeah.
viewers.
Go ahead.
For those who may have become out of shape, how should how should they start yoga again, especially Surya Namaskar? So this question is from Look Within You. There's no name. Yeah.
This is not a uh, a difficult problem.
Mm.
I mentioned this in my talk throughout the last hour or so, that you can do something about your current life. If you can't do Surya Namaskar, you can do some pranayama.
Mm.
That is a positive step that you're taking, which will then 2 weeks later make you do one round of Surya Namaskar because you've done something
Mm.
positive over a period of time. One positive thing will accumulate into two positive things
Yes.
tomorrow or day after tomorrow.
Mhm.
You can go for a walk.
Mm.
You can at least go and lie down in a yoga class and don't not do the Surya Namaskar, but do things which are easy for you.
Mhm.
Let's say in an hour, there'll be at least 20 minutes that you can do something. 40 minutes you may not be able to do anything. Just go to the class, just go to the teacher.
Yeah.
Just open the YouTube channel, do a video, just keep lying down, doesn't matter. But at
Mhm.
least that activity, the act of doing something,
Mm.
will help you to become better tomorrow and day after tomorrow. And then in a week's time or a month's time, you will be able to do 6 rounds of Surya Namaskar.
Mhm.
The real challenge is the mind, it's not the body. The body will cooperate always. The body will take care of itself in no time. It will come to you like a wild horse. It gets trained very quickly. The
Yes.
mind is the wild horse that you can't train.
Mhm.
So you have to tell yourself, take a sankalpa, take a resolution, make a resolution that I will get back into shape.
Yes.
How you get back into shape, you know. You are wise enough to get out of shape,
Yeah.
then you're wise enough to get back into shape. You made yourself out of shape. It's
Mhm.
not the circumstances.
Mm.
And when I say you, it's your mind, your circumstances that you approached it with. And you can slowly train your mind to do the simplest of tasks. In an examination, if you're faced with 5 questions, most people attack the toughest question first.
Mm.
How should
Mm.
I do Surya Namaskar? That's a
Yeah.
tough question.
Yeah.
But the other 4 questions are easier. You
Mhm.
can do some pranayama, you can do some shavasana,
Yes.
you can do some, you can do the trikonasana, you can do the standing forward bend, you can do the cobra, you can do few asana. That's
Mm.
enough.
Mm.
Those easy questions will then get you to doing the
Tougher
Surya,
ones.
yeah, Surya Namaskar, the tougher ones.
Yeah.
Should we continue? Should we
We
call
have,
for the day?
as you say, so
Yeah, you can
we have
close
one
it
more
now.
question from Saibal only.
Yes.
At this festive time of the year, is it okay to indulge in a drink or two?
See, Saibal is my mischievous student. I'm sure he's really wanting me to say all the wrong things. Yeah, I mean, you can definitely have a hot water, glass of hot water. It's a nice drink to have during
Zero water.
in the cold winter evenings. Uh, yeah, yeah, why not? Not a soft drink, not alcohol, but yeah, some hot water. You can infuse it with some vitamin C.
Yes.
But that's not the answer that Saibal is looking for.
Yeah.
Um, my view is that you should approach your life in the best possible manner that you feel is right.
Mhm.
Yoga is not a practice of extremes. It is not a kind of um, arena where you can sit in judgment about life or yourself. There are some clear mandates
Mhm.
that yoga provides you with certain rules and regulations. They are universal in nature.
Mhm.
Um, many people ask me what's the problem with onions and garlic?
Mhm.
They are both medicinal.
Yes.
Same way, a little bit of wine may help you to sleep better.
Mm.
But yoga tradition has its own rules and regulations. As a yoga teacher, the people who are in the arena of yoga, they have to follow a vegetarian diet. They have to follow a non-alcoholic diet, so on. When you say, can I have a drink? Then if you're practicing yoga and you want to be part of those principles, then you have to adhere to a non-alcohol way of life.
Yeah.
But there are any number of ways of living, and that
Mhm.
is a yogic perspective as well.
Yes.
That we accept any way of life. So if there is another way that will help you to be all right,
Mhm.
then so be it.
Yes.
There is no hard and fast rigidity that you should be a yogi
Mhm.
or follow only the yogic tradition.
Yeah.
If you are a then having non-vegetarian is not
Mm.
right, and having alcohol is not. On that happy note,
Yeah.
we can come to the end of today's session.
Sure.
I want to thank Nihit
Thank you so
for
much.
helping us with this new format, which is mostly like a podcast. And I'm hoping that more and more people can join us during the coming days and share an experience
Yes.
rather than the one way.
Mhm.
People can interact, the audience can interact,
Yes.
and we can share something of great value.
Mhm. Yes.
We'll end with the prayer. Om, Om, Om Asato Ma Satgamaya, Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vishishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Guru Sadguru Maharaj Ki Jai. Om. Wonderful to have you today with us. Thank you for joining.